Using the wrong engine oil in your BMW can quietly shorten its life by tens of thousands of miles, and most owners never realize it until the damage is already done. BMW engines have very specific oil requirements that generic one-size-fits-all oils don't meet. Stay to the end, because I'll explain which oils to avoid, why BMW's specs matter, and how a simple choice can protect your engine long-term. The oil that's accelerating BMW engine wear. One of the biggest problems facing BMW engines today is conventional motor oil, especially the cheap stuff you find at discount stores and quick lube chains. Conventional oil simply cannot handle the demands of modern BMW engines. These oils break down quickly under high temperatures, form sludge deposits, and lack the additives needed to protect BMW's complex systems. Conventional oils are refined from crude oil using basic processes that leave behind impurities and inconsistent molecular structures. When exposed to the high temperatures and pressures inside a BMW engine, conventional oil oxidizes rapidly, forming acids and sludge that clog oil passages and damage seals. The viscosity breaks down, leaving critical components without proper lubrication. The molecular structure of conventional oil is inherently less stable than synthetic alternatives, making it prone to thermal breakdown under the extreme conditions found in turbocharged BMW engines. I've documented BMW engines with less than 80,000 miles that developed serious problems after extended use of conventional oil. The timing chains stretch, Vanos systems fail, and oil pumps wear out prematurely. While complete engine failure isn't always immediate, the accelerated wear patterns are unmistakable when you examine the components. The repair costs for timing chain replacement alone can reach $3,000 to $5,000, turning routine maintenance into a major expense. The problem is compounded by extended oil change intervals. BMW recommends 10,000-mile intervals in many cases, which is only possible with high-quality synthetic oil meeting their specifications. Conventional oil starts breaking down after 3,000 to 5,000 miles, but owners following BMW service intervals are unknowingly running degraded oil for thousands of miles. This creates a perfect storm of conditions that accelerate engine wear and reduce component lifespan significantly. Why BMW long life specifications exist. BMW didn't create their long-life oil specifications to sell expensive oil. They developed them because their engines require specific protection that generic oils cannot provide. BMW Long Life, LL01, LL04, and for newer engines, LL17 specifications define precise requirements for viscosity stability, oxidation resistance, and additive packages that protect BMW's unique engine designs. LL01 specification oil is designed for gasoline engines in markets with higher sulfur fuel, like the United States. It provides robust protection against fuel contamination and maintains viscosity under extreme conditions. LL04 targets diesel engines and gasoline engines in low-sulfur fuel markets, with lower ash content to protect emission systems. The newer LL17 specification is designed for the latest generation of BMW engines, though you should always check your manual for the correct LL01 or LL04 specification for your specific model. These specifications aren't just marketing numbers. They represent hundreds of hours of testing in BMW's laboratories and real-world validation in their engines. Oil meeting these specifications must pass tests for high-temperature stability, low-temperature flow, wear protection, and compatibility with BMW seals and gaskets. Generic oils simply aren't tested to these standards. The testing protocols include extended high-temperature operation, thermal cycling, and compatibility testing with BMW's specific seal materials and metallurgy. The additive packages in BMW-approved oils are specifically formulated to work with BMW's materials and operating conditions. They contain friction modifiers for Vanos systems, detergents to prevent carbon buildup, and anti-wear additives that protect timing chains and high-pressure fuel pumps. Using oil without these specific additives leaves your engine vulnerable to premature wear and failure. These additives are carefully balanced to work together, and substituting generic alternatives can disrupt the entire protective system. The hidden dangers of wrong viscosity. One of the most common mistakes BMW owners make is using the wrong viscosity oil, thinking that close is good enough. Using 10W40 instead of the specified 0W30 or 5W30 might seem harmless, but it can cause serious damage to your engine's lubrication system and variable valve timing. Thicker oils like 10W40 don't flow properly during cold starts, leaving bearings and timing chains without adequate lubrication during the critical first few minutes of operation. This causes accelerated wear that shows up in oil analysis as elevated iron, copper, and lead levels. The thicker oil also can't reach tight clearances in Vanos systems, causing erratic operation and eventual failure. Cold start wear is particularly damaging because most engine wear occurs during the first few minutes of operation when oil hasn't reached full operating temperature and pressure. BMW's engines are designed with specific oil pump capacities and pressure relief valve settings based on the recommended oil viscosity. Using thicker oil increases system pressure beyond design limits, potentially damaging seals and gaskets. The oil pump has to work harder, reducing its lifespan and potentially causing pressure fluctuations that starve critical components. This increased workload can also affect fuel economy as the engine works harder to circulate the thicker oil through the system. Conversely, using oil that's too thin, like 0W20 in an engine designed for 5W30, provides insufficient protection under high loads and temperatures. The oil film breaks down, allowing metal-to-metal contact that causes bearing damage and timing chain stretch. This is particularly dangerous in turbocharged engines, where oil temperatures can exceed 300 degrees Fahrenheit. The wrong viscosity essentially defeats the engineering that went into designing the lubrication system for optimal protection and performance. Real-world failure examples. I've documented numerous cases of BMW engines developing problems after improper oil use, and the patterns are consistent and predictable. One of the most common failures involves timing chain stretch in N20 and N55 engines when owners use conventional oil or the wrong viscosity. The chains stretch beyond the tensioner's ability to compensate, causing timing issues and potential valve damage. Another frequent failure mode is Vanos system damage from using oil without the proper friction modifiers. The Vanos system relies on precise oil pressure and flow to operate the variable valve timing. Wrong oil causes the system to operate erratically, eventually leading to complete failure that requires expensive repairs and often engine removal. The Vanos solenoids are particularly sensitive to oil quality, and contaminated or improper oil can cause them to stick or operate inconsistently. High-pressure fuel pump issues in N54 and N55 engines can be exacerbated by improper oil use. Though design and contamination are primary factors, these pumps are lubricated by engine oil, and while oil quality helps, the failures stem more from inherent design issues than oil additives alone. Replacement costs can exceed $2,000, not including potential damage to fuel injectors from metal contamination. The pump's cam lobe design creates high stress points that benefit from proper lubrication, but aren't solely dependent on oil additives for longevity. Oil analysis data consistently shows that BMWs running non-approved oils can develop problems earlier than those using proper oil, though many generic oils perform adequately in the short term. Where metals like iron and copper appear at higher levels, fuel dilution increases, and the oil's protective additives deplete faster. These are early warning signs of accelerated wear that could be prevented with proper oil selection. The key is understanding that while immediate failure is rare, the cumulative effect of improper oil use shortens engine life significantly. Reports of quick lube chain problems. Reports of failures after generic oil changes at quick lube chains highlight the risks of using improper oil in BMWs. There are documented complaints of BMW owners who had oil changes at places like Walmart or Valvoline instant oil change, only to experience engine problems within months, though proving direct causation can be challenging. The problem occurs when these shops use their standard 5W30 conventional or conventional blend oil in BMWs that require synthetic oil meeting BMW specifications. The oil appears to be the right viscosity, but it lacks the critical additives and stability needed for BMW engines. The damage often doesn't appear immediately, making it difficult to establish a clear connection between the oil change and subsequent problems. Quick lube shops typically stock 1 or 2 oil types to service all vehicles, which creates a mismatch with BMW's specific requirements. In several reported cases, BMW engines developed serious problems after using generic oil from quick lube chains. The oil broke down under the high temperatures and extended intervals, forming sludge that blocked oil passages and increased wear rates. While complete seizures are rare, the accelerated wear patterns are consistent with improper oil use. These cases serve as cautionary tales about the importance of using proper oil, even if direct causation is difficult to prove legally. The best protection is prevention. Never allow a quick lube shop to service your BMW unless they specifically stock BMW-approved oil and understand the requirements. The few dollars saved on a cheap oil change can lead to thousands in premature wear and component replacement. Many quick lube technicians aren't trained on the specific requirements of European vehicles and may not understand why generic oil isn't suitable for BMW engines. How to identify proper BMW oil? Identifying proper oil for your BMW isn't as simple as matching the viscosity number on the bottle. You need to look for specific BMW long life approvals that are clearly marked on the oil container. Genuine BMW approved oils will display the BMW long life specification number prominently on the front label. For most modern BMW gasoline engines, you want oil meeting LL01 or LL17 specifications, with LL01 being the most common for older models. Diesel engines typically require LL04 specification oil. The specification should be clearly printed on the oil container, not just mentioned in small print or marketing materials. If you can't find the BMW specification on the bottle, don't use it in your BMW. Some oils may claim to be suitable for BMW without actually meeting the long life specifications, so look for the specific LL numbers. Major oil brands like Mobil 1, Castrol, and Liqui-Moly offer BMW-approved formulations, but not all of their oils meet BMW specifications. You need to specifically look for their BMW-approved variants, which are often labeled as European Car Formula or similar designations. These oils cost more than generic formulations, but provide the protection your BMW requires. The price difference typically amounts to $20 to $30 per oil change, which is minimal compared to potential repair costs. When in doubt, stick with genuine BMW twin-power turbo oil from the dealer. While it's more expensive than aftermarket alternatives, it's guaranteed to meet your engine's requirements and won't void your warranty. The peace of mind and engine protection are worth the extra cost, especially considering the potential repair bills from using wrong oil. Dealer oil also comes with the assurance that it's fresh stock and hasn't been sitting on shelves for extended periods. Oil analysis, your early warning system. One of the best ways to monitor your BMW's engine health and verify that you're using proper oil is through regular oil analysis. Companies like Blackstone Labs can analyze your used oil and provide detailed reports on wear metals, contamination, and oil condition. This data reveals problems before they become expensive failures. Oil analysis shows exactly what's happening inside your engine by measuring microscopic metal particles suspended in the oil. High iron levels indicate cylinder wear or timing chain problems. Elevated copper suggests bearing wear, while high lead levels point to bearing damage. Fuel dilution shows up as gasoline contamination in the oil sample. The analysis also measures the remaining additive levels, showing how well the oil is protecting your engine throughout the service interval. BMW engines running proper oil typically show low wear metal levels and stable oil chemistry over time. engines using improper oil show elevated wear metals, rapid additive depletion, and signs of oxidation or thermal breakdown. These early warning signs allow you to address problems before they cause catastrophic damage. Trending the data over multiple oil changes provides valuable insight into engine condition and the effectiveness of your maintenance program. Regular oil analysis also helps optimize your oil change intervals. While BMW recommends extended intervals, severe driving conditions or marginal oil quality may require more frequent changes. Oil analysis data shows when the oil is truly worn out versus when it still has useful life remaining, helping you make informed maintenance decisions. This scientific approach takes the guesswork out of maintenance scheduling and can actually save money by avoiding unnecessary oil changes while preventing premature wear. The true cost of cheap oil. The financial impact of using wrong oil in your BMW extends far beyond the immediate cost difference between cheap and proper oil. While BMW-approved oil might cost $60 to $80 for an oil change versus $30 to $40 for generic oil, the potential repair costs from accelerated engine wear can reach 4 or 5 figures. Timing chain replacement on modern BMW engines typically costs $3,000 to $5,000 in labor and parts. Vino system repairs can run $2,000 to $4,000 depending on the extent of damage. Complete engine rebuilds can exceed $10,000 to $15,000, more than many BMWs are worth. These repairs could be significantly delayed or avoided by using proper oil from the beginning. The labor costs alone for major engine work often exceed the value of older BMWs, making proper maintenance critical for preserving your investment. The hidden costs include decreased fuel economy, reduced performance, and accelerated wear of other engine components. Wrong oil causes increased friction, higher operating temperatures, and contamination that affects the entire lubrication system. Your BMW won't perform as designed, and other components will wear out faster than normal. The cumulative effect of these issues can reduce the overall lifespan of your vehicle and increase total ownership costs significantly. Resale value also suffers when potential buyers discover evidence of improper maintenance. Oil analysis reports, service records, and visible engine damage all reduce what buyers are willing to pay. A well-maintained BMW with proper oil use history commands premium prices, while one with questionable maintenance becomes difficult to sell at any price. The documentation of proper maintenance becomes increasingly important as vehicles age and potential buyers become more sophisticated about evaluating used cars. The choice is simple. Spend a few extra dollars on proper BMW-approved oil, or risk accelerating engine wear with repairs that can cost more than the car is worth. Your BMW's engine was designed with specific requirements that generic oils simply cannot meet. Using the wrong oil isn't just poor maintenance, it's a path to premature engine wear and expensive component replacement that could have been easily prevented. Don't let a cheap oil change turn your reliable BMW into an expensive repair project. Your engine's longevity depends on the oil you choose, so choose wisely and stick with proved formulations that provide the protection your investment deserves. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and if you like content like this, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.